Good morning, guys. Sorry we can't be meeting in person. I was really hoping we'd get back to regular school sooner rather than later. But we'll make it work. We'll make the best of what we can. Um, so just a little bit about me, and then I'll move on to a little bit about the course and my expectations of both myself and you. Um, and then I'll finish up with just any additional things that I feel like you need to know. So just a little bit about me to begin with, in case you don't know. Hi, I'm Miss Jenkins. Um, I normally teach most of the higher level Englishes, but last year and this year I've been teaching sophomore English as well. Um, and now ACT Prep. We have been together in high school for the same amount of time. This is my fourth year in the high school. It's also my fourth year teaching. I have a degree in secondary English education from Northwestern State University. I'm also currently going through their program for a master's degree in English literature as well. I'm hoping to finish that up this summer, actually. I'm taking my last two courses, regular courses right now, and then I'll be working on my thesis next semester and over the summer. Just a little bit about me as a person. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. So humor tends to pop up in my classroom when you least expect it. Roasting is a frequent occurrence in my classroom. It's a less awful way of having to correct people, and then everybody gets to have a little giggle about it. But I also like to be really reachable, guys, and I do take what I do seriously. I really want you to get the most you can out of my class, not just for your ACT scores, not just for my name, but for you, mostly just for you. I want you to become better than you were the day you stepped in my classroom. And that's always my goal for every class. I always want my students to be even just a little bit better than they were when they walked into my classroom the first day. So, with that being said, I do try to be very reachable. You're welcome to ask me and come talk to me about whatever it is you need help with. Mostly I'm saying that for academic purposes, but I have had kids come to me in the past with personal matters that they need help with, or they just need to vent, or if they're feeling overwhelmed about something, just let me know and I can see what I can do for you. My general goal, like as a teacher and as a human being, is to make good humans. And I know that sounds maybe a little silly, but my goal really is to make good humans. I want you to be good people going into the future and treat people well and people treat you well and just everything be easier for everyone, you know? So that really is my personal goal, and I try to have that for every class and everything that I do. Moving on from my life goals. So I'm hoping by now you've signed up for everything I asked you to sign up for. Obviously, you've already signed up for Google Classroom if you're watching this video, because it's posted on YouTube, but it is posted for you, the actual link to it, obviously, in Google Classroom. I also asked you guys to sign up for GroupMe and get in contact with me through GroupMe. Just because it's easier for me than email per se, but I will respond to emails as well. It's just the GroupMe pops up right there on my phone, whereas email takes a little bit sometimes. But you're also welcome to get in contact with me through Google Classroom. And guys, if I have to learn how to use smoke signals, I'll do that. I do, again, try to be very reachable, so you can ask me any questions and get any help that you need. Technology-wise, I am going to ask you guys to make sure that you have vocabulary.com, at least on a computer, possibly on a phone. For each unit, you guys are going to have some vocabulary to go with it to kind of help you ease through that test a little bit better. We are going to, unfortunately, have to have a lot of quizzes, and you will have some full-length practice tests that you'll be doing throughout the semester as well for ACT Prep. It's not to torture you. I really just want you to do better, and I want you to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself, and I'm just here to help you achieve those goals. So by doing that, um, or to do that, excuse me, um, we'll have to make sure that we're practicing, because the ACT really only tests your math abilities and how fast you read well. And I will stick by that statement for the rest of my life. So we're going to practice reading fast really well. I also try to make sure everything was accessible primarily on cell phones in case you don't have computer access for whatever reason, or your computer breaks, or the internet's out, or any other possible combination you can think of. So everything should be primarily accessible by phone. So for example, I'm trying to use YouTube for my platform for videos and whatnot, because you should be able to access those on a phone, on an Xbox, on a PlayStation, on a tablet, on a computer, on anything that is connected to the internet. So I did try to be very, very straightforward with that and be as reachable as possible with my technology as well. Please try to turn things in on time, and if you have questions, guys, please don't wait till the day it's due. Then I have no pity for you. But if you ask me as soon as you can, I have no problem answering your questions or getting back to you as soon as possible. It's literally my job to help you. But you also need to make sure you're checking in with me. So remember, attendance is not waived. You must check in every single day, otherwise you are marked as absent. And the more you're absent, the more angry the school gets, and the more angry the school gets, they get phone call itchy, and they start calling people. People show up to your house, and then it just save yourself the trouble and check in with me. So the way you are going to need to do that is by completing my daily bell work. So it will only be accessible to you on the day it is open. So like the due dates will be at midnight every night. So they're going to open at 7. Everything will open at 7 the day that I have it scheduled to open, and it will close by midnight of the due date. So that way you have plenty of time. You have 19 hours during every single like regular school day to check in with me. It takes 2 minutes, if that, to check in with me, so that we don't have to make phone calls and we don't have to show up to your house. And then everyone gets all, oh. So just help me help you, all right? Remember, guys, I don't read minds. So if you are struggling with something, if you're struggling to get the work done, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you have a question, it's even harder for me to see if you're struggling, guys. When you're online, obviously, I can't see your facial expressions. I can't see how you're acting in class. I can't, hey, you doing all right? Every single day, several times a day. Like, you're going to have to be more self-sufficient in the sense you're going to have to be able to ask me questions when you have questions. And I promise, guys, I am very good about getting back to any GroupMe messages, Google Classroom messages, emails. I am very easy to reach, and I am very, very good about getting back to you guys as soon as possible. But I don't read minds, so you must, keep in communication with me. I'm really big on communication in my regular class. I do encourage everyone to ask questions if they have them at all times. Like we discuss a lot in my class. We do a lot of group work. But the biggest thing, guys, will always be that I need you to try. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean you can't try. Obviously, you're welcome to ask me any questions, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to is I need you to be trying, participating, doing the best you possibly can, because if you're not doing that, I really can't help you then, because then you're not giving it your best effort. I don't know what you're struggling with. All I know is that your motivation isn't there, or your willingness to be successful in this class and beyond is not where it needs to be. So try. And believe me, guys, if you're not doing your work, if you're not trying, I do give zeros. Promise. I don't like giving zeros, but I do give them because if everybody else in class is doing their, very best effort, to be successful, it's not fair for you to get a grade. If you're not doing anything, you haven't earned anything. Everybody else in the class is earning their grade, and I need you to do the same. I don't give grades, you earn grades. So keep that in mind. And again, I do a lot of group work in class, so we're going to see how that can be applicable both online and especially with this type of course. It's a little bit different. It's very much personalized, and it is a lot of remedial stuff. There's a lot of stuff that you've probably already learned in a class or two that we're going to have to review just in case you need it. Because again, I want to make good humans. I want to make sure that you can be successful, especially without me. My goal is to always make you very independent, so you can handle things for yourself, because I don't like the idea of people taking advantage of you in the real world just because you can't for whatever reason, because you weren't given the tools to be successful. Late work. Things happen. I understand that. So get in contact with me if things happen. But if you're just consistently turning things in late because you're turning things in late, it's just late. Like, that's how it be. So if it's late, it's late. I do give late grades. I will accept it after so long. I really shouldn't though, guys. I mean, you're seniors in high school. You should be able to get something in on time, and at the very least, maybe a day late. Maybe. That's like if there was an emergency. And even then, I may be likely to, help you out a little bit. It just depends. And please put your name on things. I know that probably sounds a little weird doing that online just because everything's attached to your name and your Google account. But just do that for my sake, because if I start opening a bunch of things, then I don't know who it belongs to, and then it takes me longer to put your grades in, and I'm sure you want your grades ASAP. So make sure you're putting your name on things so that I can get those grades back to you and that feedback as quickly as possible. Typically, any kind of teaching stuff like lectures or anything is probably going to be in this format. I'll probably give some verbal directions, but for the most part, it's going to be, it'll be like typed out things. Posted in Google Classroom for you, either on a document or in the actual space where it describes the assignment, and then there may be something attached. But all directions will be typed out for the most part. And again, there may be some verbal directions, but I'm sure I'll always follow it up with written directions. And let me know if you have any questions about those, but it will typically either be in this video format or it'll be in a typed format, either in a document, a Google Slides, a whatever. It'll be in some format similar to that. Also keep in mind, guys, that I don't give busy work. I really don't. You don't want to do it. I don't want to make it. I don't want to collect it. I don't want to grade it. So I'm not going to give it to you. I don't give busy work. I give work that I think that is going to benefit you in some way. And it may not always be exciting, especially for ACT prep, guys. There's only so much I can do for you, because at the end of the day, you have to practice and you have to learn certain skills. And now that we're online, it's going to be even more so, that I can't always add the flavor. But I do try to, spice it up anytime I can and give you something that maybe feels less boring, if at all possible. But then again, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to teach you. Always keep that in mind, guys, that, again, my job isn't to, keep you entertained like, a TV show or a movie, music. I don't get paid that kind of money, so sorry. But I do care a lot about my job, guys, and I do try to give you things that I think are purposeful and useful to you. Even if it's boring, sometimes there are boring things that we just have to do, like pre-test, for example. I hate pre-tests. I hate them so much, but they're so important that I just can't get around giving them. Please feel free to ask any questions. I know that I keep saying that, over and over, but I really want you to feel comfortable asking me questions. And again, especially because we're in this digital format, guys, there's no way I can read your mind. There's no way I can read your facial expressions. Like, you just have to get in contact with me and say, hey, Miss Jenkins, I'm confused. I don't understand. Please don't just say that. Tell me why you're confused or what you're what you're not understanding, so I can help you a little bit better with that. If you don't feel comfortable just typing any of that stuff out, please feel free to use the Google Meet link. I have a Google Meet link permanently at the top of everybody's Google Classroom. It's a different one for each class. You guys are welcome to schedule a meeting with me if you guys feel like it would be nice to all meet up at a certain time. We can do that. I can do office hours where, for example, maybe Tuesday from 3 to 5, I'm available every afternoon, or every Tuesday afternoon. We can do something like that as well. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go along, just to see what works for you guys. And I do ask a lot of questions. I'm big on questions. I like to ask you questions to see what you think about things, but also it gets you thinking. And the more you think, the less I have to give you, the better you are at being independent and learning things for yourself and doing things for yourself. So it's not to torture you, I swear. Swear. Scouts honor? Scouts honor? I don't know. But either way, I swear. It is not to torture you. It's because I want you to do well and I want you to be as independent as possible. Cheating. That kind of leads me into cheating, thinking about cheating. Could you cheat in this class? Duh. You can cheat in any class. Do I suggest you cheat in this class? No. Because the only person you're actually going to hurt is yourself. Because you cheat on one assignment, then you can't do the next, then it pops up on another thing and you can't do it then. And then if you cheat once, you're probably not going to just cheat the once, you're going to cheat multiple times. So it just doesn't benefit you to cheat. It only makes things harder for yourself, and you may pass the class, but then you still won't pass the ACT. Then what was the point of taking this class? Why did you suffer through all the work that I had to give and not do better on the ACT? Things to think about. Also, when it comes to cheating, guys, keep in mind that if I do find out, which frequently I do, not as dumb as you guys seem to think I am, I do figure it out most of the time, and you will get a 0 and you will have disciplinary actions taken. What those disciplinary actions are this year, I couldn't tell you. That is totally a Mr. Dixon thing. That is way above my pay grade. But I do know that I will be filling out paperwork if I catch you cheating, or plagiarizing, or any other version of cheating you can think of. Besides relationships, that's not my business. And you will get a 0 for that particular assignment. And of course, if it becomes a problem, then we got a problem. And I will get administration involved as needed, and I will have to contact parents. And I'm sure your parents are lovely people, but I shouldn't have to contact your parents because you're cheating in the 12th grade. Just simple as that. Speaking of assignments, I don't give extra credit. Not a big fan, because I want you to learn the skills that I want you to learn. So the activities that I create are supposed to help you learn that skill. I'm not going to make extra work. I don't want to make extra work. You don't want to do extra work. I don't want to grade extra work. So let's just do the regular work and just be happy with that. Less work, less time consuming. So I don't really give extra credit. Every now and again I'll throw a couple points your way, but normally you have to work for it. So if I give it out, they're few and far between. So if you're hoping that your grade is going to be carried on extra credit points, sorry about you. That's just not how I roll. Again, act right. Turn things in when you need to. Be respectful to your classmates. Check in every day that you need to. And of course, that's not including holidays. Because again, your parents are probably great people, but I have no desire to contact them about your behavior. And once again, guys, if you're feeling overwhelmed, please, please, please get in contact with me. I know things happen, and I know life gets a little crazy sometimes, and I know we feel overwhelmed, but you're not doing this alone. I am here to help, and I'm not heartless. Sometimes. Just kidding. You know, I am willing to work with you as long as you're putting forth that effort and you're showing me that you do want to be successful and you are trying. You just maybe got behind or made a bad decision or something came up and, you know, you need to just work it out. Like, talk to me. Now, if you're coming to me the day something is due, no. But if you're, you know, in constant contact with me and you're like, hey, you know, I know this is due in a few days, but I'm still running behind on some other things. I'm struggling to get caught up. We can talk and maybe I can give you some, you know, extra time if, you know, you are, again, turning things in, trying, doing your best. If I know you're doing your best, I will give you my best 110% of the time. And I will make sure that you are successful in this class at any cost, guys. You know, I stay here late, I get here early, I work on weekends. Like, I'm here to help you at all, you know, hours of the day, any day of the week. Like, I'm easy to get in contact with. I encourage you to ask questions. I am here for you. Just let me know what you need to be successful. But with that being said, I do expect you to be truthful. So don't lie and say, you know, my dog ate my homework. Well, first of all, you need to turn it online. If your dog ate the entire internet, I would like to know how. I'll let it slide. But I really want to know how. So keep in mind that, you know, your lies need to be a little bit more creative if you're gonna lie. And again, I'm not as dumb as y'all think I am, so a lot of times I do pick up when you're lying, especially if you have the same lie every time. Do better. That's all I can tell you on that one. Do better. And be responsible, guys. Keep in mind that, again, you earn a grade. I don't give you a grade. So whatever you turn into me, whatever products you give, whatever assignments you complete, I'm just sitting here grading it. There's a right answer and a wrong answer. There's only so much I can do for you. I'm not trying to fail you. I want all of you to pass. I want all of you to be successful. I want you to all accomplish the things that you're trying to accomplish. But at the same time, there's only so much I can do. You have to meet me halfway. There's no way I can learn it for you. There's no way I can osmosis this information to your brain. Is it super exciting? No, I'm an English teacher and I don't like to teach grammar, but that's what I'm going to do if that's what's going to help you be successful. So just keep in mind, be truthful, be responsible for your own actions and your academics and your future. And finally, just a couple warnings about me, more so. I procrastinate, but I always get my work done. If you don't procrastinate and always get your work done, don't do it. Procrastination is not going to be your friend for especially an online class. And trust me, I've been taking online classes for quite some time now. I've been taking 2 online classes every semester since last fall. So I took 2 in fall, 2 in spring, 2 this summer, and I'm taking 2 this fall. If I can teach full-time and do my online classes, you can do your regular online classes. Swear. So don't procrastinate. Get yourself ahead of the game. I really think that's a High School Musical quote. That was completely unintentional. Questions. Please ask them. I encourage them. I'm a big, big advocate for asking questions. Please ask me questions. Please. Please. I can't read your mind. I don't know if you're struggling. You have to ask me questions. Not dumb questions, because those exist. Those exist. Dumb questions exist. Anybody who told you differently is lying and trying to be nice to you. Dumb questions exist, but ask good questions, and then I won't be like, what is this? Obviously, give your best effort. I'm a big, big person on effort. Your grade will reflect effort sometimes, and if you're not giving me any effort, your grade's going to show that. And be respectful, not only to me, guys, but also to your other classmates. I always try to respect you I try to respect who you are, where you come from, what your interests are. I try to respect all that, guys, and I expect the same for your classmates and myself. Um, and if you're wanting to know just a little bit more about me, keep in mind that I did provide us, a survival guide for you. So in the folder, let me just go through what's in the folder real quick. So the first sheet in your folder, oh, just a reminder, not a reminder, an apology really. If your name is spelled wrong, it was on the list spelled that way. So if it's spelled wrong, it is not my fault. I just wrote what was on the list. I don't know. I can't fix other people's spelling problems. I just wrote it the way it was written on my papers. So don't yell at me. But first, there should be in your little folder a checklist for this week. It'll have, your Google Classroom code. It'll have my contact information, like my school email. It'll have a little bit of an explanation about, what to expect for this week, what's going to be coming next week, literally every activity I'm expecting you to complete this week, and keep in mind that I do expect all those things due for Friday, so you need to get your syllabus signed and turned in. I have a place for you to turn that in on Google Classroom. You can just take a picture of it, guys, and post that there. The second thing should be that syllabus, so read through it, sign it, you sign it, and your parents sign it. Take that picture and get that posted to me. You should also have a survival guide in there, which one of your younger classmates has created. Levinson did that for me last year. The whole class got to do one, and his was one of the best that I had seen. So they're pretty accurate. There's some good skills to keep in mind for general classes with me. Kind of warns you about me a little bit, such as my sarcasm and, my questioning and things like that. So it's a good way to kind of get to know me without me having to say, this is all about me, because I don't really like to talk about myself. And I know that seems weird because this is a whole introduction video that's getting a little lengthy, and I apologize for that. But I just want to make sure you have all the information you need to get started. And the last paper in there is actually a little bit of a chance for me to get to learn about you. And it's also going to give me a chance to kind of look at your writing and see if there's any way we can get a little bit of writing in as well, just to kind of assist with that. So that is due by Friday. Your science syllabus is due by Friday. Your pretest is due by Friday. Friday is the due date this week. But make sure that you're checking in every day and you're doing the work, because it will all catch up with you on Friday if you have to do all your work for 4 classes on Friday. It'll be a lot. So help me help you. I'll definitely have stuff posted daily. I'll give you an opportunity to take a lot of that stuff in advance. Like, you'll have a couple of days to work on some stuff. I don't typically have due dates that are super quick. I try to give you time to complete things. But if I do give you something that's supposed to be timed or something that is supposed to be done the day of, like your bell works, it will be stated on there, or it will tell you in advance 99% of the time. Now, there's 1% of the time that my goldfish memory forgets, so I apologize for those moments in advance. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. Please be in contact if you have any questions. I know I keep saying that. I know. Trust me, I am very aware of how many times I have said that. But I really, really, really want you to understand that I am reachable, and that if you have questions, you're always welcome to contact me, and I can clarify, hopefully, the best I can. So I hope you're having a good day, and again, welcome to ACT Prep, and I will see you, well, I'll read you in Google Classroom. Bye, guys.